Today we're talking about courage. So, Jasmine, do you want to kick off and say what you understand courage to mean?
Wow, courage. For me, I think courage has played a huge part in my life. For me, it's that, when you feel really scared, going into the unknown. I feel like courage for me represents the unknown, going into the unknown, but doing it anyway. So feeling
Yeah,
scared, but doing it anyway. I know that, feel the fear and do it anyway. But yeah, going into the unknown and just trusting yourself, trusting things will work out. Does
yeah.
that make
And I think,
sense?
yeah, it does, totally.
Mm.
And I think that's interesting that you were saying about fear being very sort of present, even though
Mm.
you're courageous or you're feeling courage, doesn't mean fear's gone, does it? It
Not at
means that
all.
it's still there, but you're going to just press on, and that's what makes it courageous and brave, isn't it? When you still feel
Yeah,
that, oh my God, I don't really want to do this, but you still do it anyway.
exactly. Yeah, because if you're not feeling fear, then it's not really courageous, is it?
Well, that's a good point to make, isn't it? Because what's courageous for me might not be
Oh,
for you,
yeah.
and what's courageous for the next person. For instance, some people might feel stepping
Mm.
out through their front door is courageous because they haven't been outside for weeks, whereas you and I probably do that routinely and it's not a big deal,
Of
but
course. Oh,
it's
yeah,
still
yeah, yeah.
brave for them,
But
isn't it?
but I mean, because they're still feeling that fear.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So
Whereas
it's
we might not, in the same instance, we might not feel
no.
fear at all, so it's not necessarily counted as brave to us. But
Yes,
I mean,
but feeling the
you probably
fear and
had
doing it.
you've probably had
Mm.
instances, haven't you, when people have said to you, oh, that's very brave. And I think that's one thing that I wanted to point out, was that we admire courage in other people, don't
Oh, I
we?
like that. Yes, 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 yes.
And I think we've now reached the part in the scale
Mm.
on the map of consciousness where courage is in the middle, and courage is kind of the pinnacle, the tipping point, if you like. So that is the point at which we start to then want these emotions. We want courage, we admire it. Whereas below, the sort of more negative emotions, if you like, if we could call them that, like anger and desire and pride,
Right. Yeah.
don't
Mm.
tend to covet those. We don't tend to want them. We don't tend to admire them. But courage, God, if somebody's courageous, it's like a big win, isn't it?
Yeah. I wonder why. Is it because it's something we all want to overcome our fears?
Well, I think personally, I think it's because of the reward. So if you think of something courageous that you've
Mm.
done in your life,
Yeah.
you're going to share.
Oh, really? Oh.
Well,
Well,
no, what I'm
I mean, so, I don't know where to
well, you moved
start.
across continents, didn't you, and stuff. So you've like travelled the world, sort of, and that's brave in itself, especially when you're doing it on your own. And that's something that I
Yeah.
hugely admire.
I guess the first few times I would say it was courageous, but then it, afterwards I didn't feel the fear anymore. So it wasn't, I didn't feel
Yes,
like it was courageous anymore. But other people were still saying, "Oh, you're so brave." But I was like,
yes.
This is normal now.
But that's their barometer of what's
Yes,
brave for them, and
yes,
it looks
yes.
brave. But what I was trying to get
Mm.
to was how you then felt when you did it after you felt the fear.
It depends. Yeah, I think everyone was different. Like if it's about the traveling, I think it was a bit of adrenaline for me,
Yeah.
actually.
But
Yeah.
how on a scale of like 0 to 10, as in 0 being bad and 10 being fantastic, what did it make? How did you feel on that scale?
After I'd done it.
Mm,
You know what? That's a really good question and a tough one because I actually can't remember now. Because after I had done whatever I was going to do, there was always like the next thing that I needed to do. Like with that
yeah,
traveling, there was always just so many things. So
yeah,
I don't think I ever acknowledged myself
right.
ever.
Okay, that's
I was so
interesting.
disconnected, I feel like,
Yeah,
with myself. But
yeah,
then maybe when now you've asked this, it might come to me later.
yeah.
But I've that's such a great question, and I have never asked myself this. So I'm going to see
Oh,
what comes
okay.
up. I'm going to see what comes up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the thing that I was thinking of is, and it's a very simple example for me, is I was on an adventure course once, and we had to do this thing where you had to grab hold of a trapeze and you then basically simulated like a parachute jump down to the ground.
Yeah.
it wasn't that high. It was probably about 2 or 3 stories high, but you literally had to hold on and you just jump down basically as you would if you had got a parachute. And it took a bit of time for me to actually just lean out of this window or this doorway to the trapeze, to hold on to go down. But what I was trying to get at was I was scared. I was really scared, but I did it anyway. And when I'd done it at the bottom, I felt incredible.
Yeah,
and
I think that's different to, say, traveling, because that's an instant thing. And
yes,
actually,
I mean, yes, there's an instant response to that. But I'm just thinking in terms of your own self-esteem, the fact that you actually then did what the traveling and that, you may not have acknowledged it at the time, but it would have impacted you, I'm sure, in like your level of belief in what you could do.
Only in that area of my life, definitely. Not in, but and it became a habit. But no, but actually, now you said that, I remember when I was in Costa Rica, there was a Tarzan swing.
Yeah.
And it was so high. I remember going on that and feeling good. Yeah. Things like that, I can remember. But it didn't last that long. I just felt pleased.
Yeah, like you said, it could be an adrenaline buzz or anything like that, but it's actually, you come away thinking not just with the high of the chemicals in your body, but also like you've got more self-belief and more confidence that you can do what you need to do. And I definitely helped me.
Yeah, I think for me, it made me feel alive.
Yeah.
Even with the traveling, it made me feel, like that buzz, that adrenaline, being alive. I think that's what it does to me.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very interesting though. But I guess we're going to talk about this more on your page.
We've talked about this for a long time. Yeah.
Talk about this forever.
On LinkedIn.
Yes. Thank you. Bye bye.